Hello, YouTube. We're back for the X-Men #1 conservation project. Stay tuned. Okay guys, this is going to be a quick upload. Inside my 2 shelving units is the centerfold wrap for the X-Men #1 that I'm working on for Saucedogcomics. As you may recall, last upload we did a deacidification with a sprayer. We actually cleaned the page with the sprayer. My new method where the page is not soaking in what we are trying to draw out of the actual page. So we used calcium hydroxide, and we also mended a few rips on the wrap. Now this has been sitting in my press probably for about a week or since the last upload, because I'm making these uploads a day or two before I am uploading them. So whenever I take the shelving unit off, I like to slide it like I'm doing now and then lift, because I don't know if the paper towels have stuck to the shelving unit, so we just have to be careful. Now, I don't know if the camera's picking it up, but I just want to show you what the press or the bookbinding press does in relation to flattening out and smoothing out papers. So the difference between this area of the paper towel and the perforated or the rough section of the paper towel is night and day. Look how smooth it is. I hope that the actual camera is picking it up. And that is why, 2 things. 1, the bookbinding press is key. If you can find a bookbinding press, and if you're doing this type of work, I would highly recommend it, because I think it's far more superior than a heat press. Even with the back paper towel, this is smooth as ice right now compared to the area that has the pattern on it. So it's just a wonderful tool, and there's no school like the old school. Also, I did not change the paper towels, and that's another important thing, because I wanted the paper towels to dry naturally in the press, giving the page more time to dry slowly. We don't want to rush it. I am Italian, I'm not Russian, so I really don't want to rush the process. Another thing that we have to do is, just because we're using Ramay, which should not stick on paper, if you use methyl cellulose right here, which we did use, you have to be careful, because sometimes the methyl cellulose does stick to the paper, and if that's the case, then we can destroy or rip or do harm to the repairs that we did with the methyl cellulose. So right here is the page. Did it become super white? The answer is no. But I am happy with the process, with what we did, because the page feels more supple. I can tell already. It is more supple. And let's do, by way of example, comparing it to the pages that we did not treat. It is lightened up around the perimeter. There is tanning on the edges of the old pages. Now what we have is a uniformed tan, and I am happy with the results. Now here we go. We also have the repairs that I did. So we have a repair on the bottom right here, and if the camera's picking it up, over Magneto's right eye. We also reinforced the staples. So whenever I do any type of solution with the hydrogen, I take that back, with the calcium hydroxide, there is a slight haze that occurs after it dries. So this is when I like to take a cotton round, and what I will do is I will gently buff the page like this, and we will take off the residue of the calcium hydroxide, and it will make the page more vibrant. And I can tell already just by doing it, I am taking off a residue that results from the calcium hydroxide bath, or in this case, spraying. So if you can see, this cotton round does have a tan color in it, and that's good. We're going to remove the powder that sits on top of the page, and we gently just take our cotton round like this, and we will remove it. Now, I'm not looking, as I indicated in my last video, to make these pages super white. That is not the case. And I honestly think by trying to bleach pages, you are teetering on the restoration side of the hobby. And someone may disagree with me, but that's fine, because in conserving the books, we're trying to make the books last longer than they would have if not being conserved. When you are lightening the pages artificially with a blue light or all the other processes that people use, including me, I have used actual chloramine tea to lighten pages, and I could have done it with this book as well, but we're not looking to do that, because whitening or lightening the book is not something that is within, in my opinion, the conservation wheelhouse. So what we did is we definitely made a page that is more supple. We fixed tears, we reinforced the staple holes, and we made a generally stronger page that is going to last for generations to come in the future. So what is the next step? We do have here, we have to trim that Tengojo paper. We're not going to do it now, but the next step that we're going to do is we need to work on all of the other pages, and there's a lot of them. So I'm not going to bore you with doing the same process with each page. That's not what my goal is. What I want to do is I want to switch most likely to time lapse, and I will complete each page doing a deacidification and cleaning, and then repairing as necessary, and then that will bring us to the pages of the book that have leaf casting issues that we're going to have to perform, or we're going to have to perform leaf casting. But here's just a comparison of what the process does for the book. As you can see, the second centerfold, or the second page from the centerfold going in, We have the staple holes that are damaged. We have rips, and the process that we did just gives us a better avenue to work on the book, because now this is nice and flat. We'll be able to fold it nicely, and it will be strong enough to be folded without fear of it ripping. So that's the upload, guys. Very quick, and I want you to stay tuned, because most likely we're going to have a series of time-lapse in us working on the additional pages until we get to the leaf casting aspect of the conservation project. Appreciate you stopping by, and stay tuned.